Hey everyone, welcome to Dice on Ice. My name is Megan, and tonight we will be playing the second installment of the Title Unknown game. And this game is called A Grim Reality. And so hopefully we will be able to finish the story tonight, and these players will finally know who they are, or maybe not. We'll see. So we're just going to kind of back up just a little bit. Where we left off last time is you guys entered into the cold storage room after killing a rat. And so you guys are in the storage room, and you find all these odd petri dishes full of this bacteria called the bacteria from beyond. And suddenly, all the doors close, and you hear the sound of them locking. And then you hear the sweet sing-song voice. Daddy! I'm so cold! I'm so cold! Help me! Help me! Why? Why would you do this to me?
You are muted.
Thank you. You can feel, you guys are cold. You can feel your fingers becoming numb. The bite is just becoming more and more horrible. And I'm going to get you guys, we're going to do a skills challenge to see if you guys can get out of the freezer. So I'm going to get you guys to roll for initiative. And you each see the kind of the checks that you are allowed to do. So when it is your turn, you're going to tell me what check you're going to do and how you're going to do it in order to get out. Each check you can only use once, and so once you guys are basically working together. So once that check has been used, it will be gone. With the exception of strength, which you can use a total of 3 times, each one of you. So the DC for this room is 15 that you're going to have to try to beat. And right now, the tick down dice until something intense happens is at 4. There's a nice backwards 4. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be Chad, then Anna, then Eric, then Jason. So, Chad, you are trapped in a freezer. All the doors have been locked. What skill would you like to use, and how are you going to use it?
Well, shit. Let's see. Damn it. The old, I imagine that I'm getting really cold. My bones are starting to hurt. That wound in my leg is definitely starting to hurt, and I want to move as soon as possible. I'm going to investigate the room, though. I think I'm going to move around and investigate the room, see if there's anything that we can use to reopen the lock, or to at least get out of the room. Something that we could do. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and you said it was a 15 for
Yes.
the. Yeah, buddy. I rolled a 12, so that's with my +3. That is 15 exactly.
Perfect. So that's a pass. So another thing is that you guys need 4 successes to get out. And if you have 3 failures, something bad happens. So, so that's 1 success. So, all right. You look around the room, Vision. You're at this point, you're not cold enough to where your senses start to numb. In fact, the coldness is starting to make you go into hyperdrive. That in the adrenaline rush. You see that there is a terminal on the one side of the room near the door. It seems to be working. You see above you, there is a vent on the ceiling. And you also see that because of the condensation from the constant freezing and unfreezing of this room, apparently there has been some rust forming on the hinges of the door, of one of the doors. So that is what your investigation shows you. So that is a success. All right, Anna.
Nick, does your character share that with everyone else? Kind of the gate.
Yeah, I think as soon as he kind of gets his senses together and can gather all that information, his first instinct is to let's go try that terminal. Let's see. It seems to be working. Let's go try the terminal first. But then he relays the other possible options because he knows he's not going to be strong enough to move or push or bend a door in any way. So he's trying to think tactically of what he could do to help the party.
So after being pointed this out, how far this ventilation grate, how far above the ground is it? Would I be able to reach it?
No, it's probably about 10 feet off the ground. But if you did forget, there were shelving everywhere.
Yeah, shelving and counters. So I think that's what I would do. I would look to Jason and Eric's character. I'd particularly look to Eric and look. Why don't you work on the terminal, and I'll have a look at that grading. And I want to use an acrobatics check to just kind of like climb up the shelves without causing them to fall down, and see what I can do about pulling those rusty screws out.
Sure, yeah. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, no. I got a 6.
Yeah, and you do have a +3.
Oh, okay. So I got
acrobatics, but unfortunately that is a fail. Stupid cat. Anyway, sorry.
Wait, there's a cat. What?
a cat appears. No.
Cracks me and I fall.
So,
it's in the vents.
Yeah, so you kind of start to climb up, and these are not meant for humans to, get up on. They're only meant for petri dishes. And so, yeah, you unfortunately fall to the ground as the shelving kind of collapses from under you.
Damn
Eric.
So I see Anna fall, and my eyes immediately dart towards the computer without even saying anything. And I just whisper on my breath while I run to the computer or the terminal, I'm not dying here. So I'm going to do a tech check on that computer. I took a states board exam, and I'm more nervous about this. My states board exam. How much do I have for tech plus 7? I rolled an 8. So 15 total.
Great. Yeah, that is another success. You manage to hack into the computer and you are able to begin the process of trying to get the doors open, though something seems to be blocking it. What you find out is that seemingly someone put it so that there was an emergency lockdown because of an intruder. So you are going to need to bypass a bunch of firewalls and stuff like that. So it is going to take you a bit.
Well, I hope you guys pack some coats because this isn't going to be fast. You guys trying to work on that door. I'll be on the computer here.
You've got to be fucking joking.
No, I'm not joking.
I say as I have fallen on my ass and hurt my tail.
All right, fucking great. All right. I looked over to Jason. Okay. Look, Gunner, you and me. I'm gonna be no help moving this thing, but you and me. Let's take a look at the door. I'd rather find some way out than fucking freeze my ass off.
So then all of a sudden, as soon as Eric has kind of logged in and figured out that information, alarms begin to start blaring. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! All systems locked down. Intruder alert! So Jason, what are you going to do?
So, hearing the voice of the little girl has got me just a little bit over that edge, and I look for anything that I can grab. Noticing the rust on the door, I want to try to find something to beat on the hinges with. See if maybe I can break it using a strength check.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a 17 on the dice.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's another success. So you are able to find something, whether maybe that's one of the bone saws that you had gotten from the other one, or from the other room, and are just kind of like beating it. You see that the hinges are slowly becoming like increasingly bent and kind of breaking away from their support. I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please, to fight against the cold. So everyone except for Anna, you take 1 point of exhaustion because this cold is just, it's getting to you now. Your fingers are beginning to shake. Your teeth, you can hear chattering in your head. And again, you hear a voice.
Daddy, please. Why did you do this to me? Why? Why? Why?
And Eric, you see, you're closest to one of the doors, and it has kind of a mirror or a window on it. And suddenly you see the face of a young girl, but her face looks as though it's melting, as skin just slowly begins to drip off, the eyes just becoming sunken, and a single hand slaps up against the window and kind of is running down.
You see me basically push myself away from the computer, and I think as it was saying why, it kind of I went in myself and heard the child from my flashback crying, and it kind of distorting and mixing together. And then I start to break out in a sweat, even though it's so cold in here. I'm still sweating, and maybe seeing the steam from my body from this happening. And I can't even talk. You just hear me saying, what? And no words are coming out right now after that.
What the fuck happened? Figure it out yet? Shit.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just really cold in here. And I run back to the computer and try my best to hack into it.
Okay, and so now we're back up to Chad.
Okay. I've lived too damn long. To die in a goddamn hospital. Nope, not today. Son of a bitch. Okay. Look around. See what the hell you can... Fuck, it's cold. What can you do? All right. Okay. We gonna get this door done. All right, Gunner? Get that... I got an idea. It's a dumbass idea, but it's an idea. Shoot the damn lock. Just shoot the damn lock. You got a bullet in that chamber, don't you? Just shoot the damn lock.
Can I jump in really quickly? Just because last session I kind of got a glimpse into how I know guns work, sort of. And does that sound like a good idea to me, Miss GM, of shooting the lock?
So it may get it to break. However, you're in a very, very small room. Very small room that, bullets can ricochet. So
never mind then. Damn it.
Well, so I probably said, yes, shoot it, and then it'll bounce around the room and shish kebab all of us in the fucking skull. I'm the cold's making me mad rather than exhausted.
As an aside,
freezing my tailbone off.
Megan, when I did that strength check, did I have a plus or a minus?
Yes. You have a nothing, just +0.
Danke.
All right. But, so, Chad, what skill are you going to use, if any? We still have persuasion and strength, 2 strengths left.
Oh, Jesus. I guess I have to try to use persuasion, but I don't know how I'm going to use persuasion in this situation. Because I know that if I use strength at all, like he's too weak right now to do any of that. I wonder. I have an idea. He's scared as shit, but he heard the voice too, right? Okay.
Yeah, you all did.
I'm going to try and use my persuasion to talk to the girl. I feel like it's a very unsettling and uncomfortable situation, but I feel like that would be what he would try to do after he looked around the room and found like there's nothing else in here. What the fuck do we do? I think he would kind of huddle himself down. He would get down on the ground and he put his cane down and he put his hands up almost like a man giving up and just like surrendering. And he would just start trying to talk to the little girl, scared out of his mind. Listen, darling, this is hard for me to try to do this, but I want to see if you can hear me, and I'd like to take a moment. Just don't be angry at us. I'd like to talk to you for a minute, if you let us. That's all.
She is unmoving, just staring blankly through the window at seemingly no one and everyone all at the same time. But she doesn't move.
Okay, I'm going to move closer to the window as I keep my hands held up. No cane, no weapon, no nothing. I'm going to move closer to the window, and I'm going to try and persuade her to at least let us go. I'm going to try to see if she'll open the door for us.
Sure. Make a persuasion, which you have.
Okay.
I'll
wait to find out the.
You have a +0.
Okay, +0. Okay, now I'll roll. Yes, I'm so happy. On the moment I needed it, I got a nat 20. Oh, thank God. So even with the +0, it's like the frost has just made him immobile to the fear. You know, he's gotten so cold now that I know you're in pain. I am too. All right? I don't know what happened to you, but I want to help. I don't want to hurt you. Just let me and my friends out, and we can try to help you. Whatever it was.
And you can see her attention suddenly focused to you, Chad. She's making like these jerky head movements, like a serpent just like waiting to strike. And then she opens her mouth. This pitch black maw just opens. And you just hear. And suddenly she's gone. And you hear the doors click, unlocking. You guys have successfully gotten through their skill challenge. And now you have 2 doors that you can go through. And I think I did supply you guys with a map because you guys looked at it, so. Yeah.
Which of those doors am I beating on?
I think it would be the one that the girl isn't at. So, that one. That one. So the one that the one that she was at is the one that leads to the library or the laboratory. Sorry, and then the one that you were probably banging on is the one that leads into what is said to be the main foyer area.
I don't imagine that I'm gonna wait for much of anything. As soon as I notice that door is open, I'm through it.
Lockdown complete. Intruder has been dealt with. Resuming to normal functioning. I have decoded another recording. Would you like me to play back?
And are we in the laboratory, or are we still in the freezer room?
Which direction would we have gone? Would we have kept going through so would we have gone back into the lab, or would we have gone through the other door, the rusted door on the other side?
I believe that one led to the main foyer.
Yeah,
right?
that's the one that I was at, and it opened, and I went through it.
Yep.
Okay. Computer, yes, play the audio recording. Isolate the sound to simply the main foyer room, please.
Isolating to main foyer.
Do I really have to be this official, Dad? I don't feel very well. Okay. My name is Amelia, and I have... Oh, sorry, Dad. My name is Amelia Sanchez, and I have leukemia. My patient number is 85243. I mean 85423. I was first diagnosed in 2016 by Dr. Evelyn Williams. I've gone through chemo 3 times and radiation twice. I have had 3 surgeries to remove the tumor. In early 2018, the tumor had spread to my liver, lungs, and brain. Doctors stopped trying to cure me, and I only have a few more months. But Dad, along with his doctor friends, are going to help me with a new treatment. Isn't that right? Oh, I can't call you Dad? Okay, take 2. Dr. Sanchez, along with his associates, are going to administer the 23rd trial of... I really don't feel good, Dad. Can I go lay down? We can finish this later.
Playback complete.
Did my guy did me as the character, did I react to did I have any memories from that instance when hearing that?
Yeah, in fact, you all did. Eric, it was familiar, but it was not the girl in your flashback.
Okay.
It was somebody different. But you all feel this overwhelming sense of sadness.
I'm pacing back and forth. The emotion going through is just fueling the anger that I'm feeling and the helplessness, and I'm just like, sons of bitches.
Do you suppose that I know I am known for being such the rational thinker, but do you think that that the thing in the window was this little girl by any stretch of the imagination?
I think that as you say that, I'm the last person to walk out of this freezer, and I've heard this in the other and through the foyer, and yeah, it's possible, but I mean, yeah, what are we doing? What they can't be doing this to kids, can they? Not what they're doing to. And I look to Jason, and I look at Diana. They can't be doing this to us, can they? If they're doing what they're doing to us, they can't be doing it to kids too.
I suddenly start kind of thinking. So that idea suddenly comes to my mind, and instead of really thinking about kind of necessarily the moral dilemma, that I just start kind of feeling at my face, and feeling, and it's I'm assuming it's intact still, but I'm just kind of an instinctual, just checking myself, kind of subconsciously, and that's a troubling thought. I actually look around to everyone else. Is everyone else looking fine?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone looks normal.
I feel like my character would feel something in the back of his throat and kind of feel sick to his stomach, but he's trying to, kind of hold it in. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And he tries to find a reflective surface and try to look into it. If there probably isn't any in the room, is there?
Yeah, if you guys are in the foyer, if you guys have walked in there, I can kind of describe it to you guys. It is... Everything else you have seen up to this point has been sterile, has been white, chrome. This place is, to say the least, gaudy. It's covered in it's what Anna and Jason saw when they went through the vent, with these red carpets and these black and white decal wallpaper and these plush carpets and sofas and chairs and love seats and nice mahogany tables. And at the one end, the end that you guys came out, just to your right is a reception desk with papers and flyers and brochures, and behind it is a sign that says "Welcome to PlasCorp." And on the other end are two large double doors that have this steel barricade in front of them that looks like it's been kind of there for preventative measures for and there's like gears and stuff that have kind of shut these things, and they kind of have intertwined, but there are windows on these double doors. And I would imagine, Eric, that you can find a kind of reflective surface for you to kind of look at yourself, and you see a middle-aged man, kind of bald, a little bit scruffy from 2 weeks of not being able to shave, but from all accounts, average.
I just kind of look into the reflection, kind of just mouth to myself, who are you? And I look at the other people and kind of walk towards them and just wait for the next move.
I'm kind of wandered towards the door You said there's steel barricades on our side,
Yes.
but there's glass on the doors themselves.
Yes, there are yeah, like windows.
Okay. Would I be able to see myself in the glass?
Yes. And what you see is actually a fairly old man, older than you feel. You have a graying beard, faces, wrinkles, and, you know, you're balding on top, and this long kind of silvery gray hair kind of sticks out in kind of all directions. But as you are looking at this window, looking at your reflection, your vision kind of clears so that you can see the outside. And all you see are bodies littering the ground, blood and guns laying there, people in SWAT clothing, police uniforms, and you see vehicles, both SWAT and police, some of the doors left open. And it's silent out there.
I would kind of like seeing this outside and then refocusing back on my face in the glass. And I would grimace and raise the gun and pull the trigger to see if I could break the glass with the gun.
Yeah. And so as soon as you shoot it, it kind of like spider webs a little bit, you know, but not that much. You see that it is double paned, probably bulletproof glass. Whoever built this knew that, or built it to withstand a lot. With the barricades and the lockdowns and
I don't know why, but that would almost break my spirit, and I just drop my arm and fall to my knees, the pistol laying on the ground, and just look down at the ground in utter defeat. Despair is just setting in at this point.
Imagine Anna I'm like, I see everyone kind of looking and trying to check what they look like, and so I'm kind of trying to do the same, but then immediately he shoots the glass, and I just jump 6 feet in the air. And it's, oh, all right, so we're just shooting anything now. I see. That's a brilliant plan. And I just kind of storm off into one corner of the room. So there's the double doors that lead out. I'm actually gonna go take a look out, and I'm gonna see these bodies. And oh, okay, that's quite unexpected. I'm gonna go sit down on one of the chairs and just kind of like look down, just sit there for a second, just kind of processing that, just the bodies and just silence in the street outside. Does seeing the SWAT uniforms, or just the kind of the uniform personnel out there, does that trigger any kind of memories for me by any chance?
yeah, in fact, your mind kind of goes blank a little bit, and then you are hit with a flashback so severe that it feels like something just hit you in the head. And what you see is just gore. You just see bodies and you hear gunshots and you hear what sounds to be a saw maybe, but these things are happening in such fast succession that you can't really see them. You just get the overall feeling of them, which is panic, which is just violence. And just as quickly as that kind of hits you, you're back into the foyer.
That's probably when I go and just kind of, I almost like drunkily sort of step back and fall into one of those chairs, and I'm just kind of mumbling like, no, nobody panic. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. And I'm just kind of doing this like under my breath and just kind of massaging my temples, just not speaking to anyone particular. And I'm just everything is, nobody panic. Nobody panic.
I think seeing everybody else's reactions, he wants to see what all the fuss is about. It's like his head can't let it go. I can't just avoid it. Might as well, if it's gonna be a car accident, I might as well hit it head on and look at it directly versus trying to avoid it. So I slowly walk up to meet them at the glass, and I look out at the glass for a moment. And again, how does that make me react, or how does that make me feel?
I need everyone looking out the window to make a perception roll for me, please. And if you need your modifiers, just let me know.
I believe mine's a 2, right? I have it written down here. I believe mine's.
Oops. Yes.
Okay,
you
thanks.
Have a +2. Jason, you have a -1. And Anna, you have a +4.
So 16 total for me.
So all of you kind of see it as you're kind of looking out and as you've kind of gotten over the initial shock of the bodies. As you see in the distance what look to be searchlights and a wall. And now this wall isn't normal, it's kind of like this force field, and the only reason you know it is something, maybe a bird, flew into it and created this rippling effect that showed it. And you see searchlights, and if you kind of squint your eyes in the distance, you see what seems to be shapes. Probably human figures.
Are they moving?
Yes, they are moving. They're upright. They're moving. They seem to be in a what looks to be like a patrol setup.
I would stand up like, this is our chance. They can let us out of here. We can get the fuck out of here.
Now, hold on. Before you say that, look, you saw what was out there too, right? We didn't
I've
just
seen what's in here.
Yeah, I understand. But do you want to be another body on the way to that wall?
I will not be a body in here. And
What do you have to defend yourself with right now? Because if I remember correctly, was that your last shot in that gun?
the gun is on the ground. I had stood up and I'm at the door now.
So what do you have to defend yourself if you walk out there? Think about this smart old man. Look. You are old and gray. And you need to think wisely. We can't do this alone. All right? You can't just go AWOL and run out on us right now. Okay? We need to stick together and we need to stay together and figure this out.
As Chad is talking, I'm like looking pleadingly at the other two. It's like, and just throw my hands up. Fearless leader. And walk. There was a security desk, you said, in here?
Yeah, like a big desk.
I'm gonna make my way to there, and just, I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm just kind of plinking angrily at the keyboard.
I chuckle a little bit. Look, I ain't no fearless leader. That little girl alone nearly made me shit my pants in there. But the thing is, we saw what's out there. I ain't about to step foot outside there without a plan.
I think I would kind of like be going over while they're talking. I'd be kind of looking at the figures. Is there they're just figures off in the distance? What can I see the source of these searchlights? Like, is it on the ground or is it in the air or?
Yeah, they seem to be like towers just behind this force field or whatever. Yeah, and they're just like these huge lights.
Yeah, and they're on kind of the other side of the field.
Yes.
All right, it was I think I would honestly. I'd probably try to. I'd look around the room. So, other than the exit we just came out of, are there any other doors around the facility?
Yes. There is out of the facility? No.
No. Sorry. Out of the foyer into the facility,
yes.
or okay.
Yes, there is a door that leads to the observation room, which inevitably is in the laboratory.
Okay.
And then, yeah. There's another door, but that's just to the utility closet.
Utility as in janitorial supplies and
yes, yeah, like a maintenance.
I'm going to I think I'm actually just going to take a look in there and see if there's anything useful. I mean, at least like a broom or some mops or just something blunt that I can that I can wield? First of all, is it locked? The janitorial?
No, but I'd like you to give me a perception roll, and Chad, I will get that map. Is it okay if I send it through Facebook?
Whoops! I just uploaded it.
Oh, yeah, that's
21 on the perception roll.
Just before you open the door, you hear what sounds like chewing and grunting in behind the door.
If they're still talking, I say, shut up. There's something behind this door. And I'm going to just slowly back away from it. And I'm just making sure everyone knows that there's something fucking around behind that door.
I have decoded another voice recording. Shall I play back?
And I actually almost lose my patience, and I just yes, play the recording now. And I'm just kind of I'm very on edge right now. But
Playback recording.
How do I turn this? Hang on. Hello? Record this? Record now? I hope this is working. Stupid doctors got me recording my thoughts every day now. What do they want to hear? I pissed and shit and lay in my bed like every other goddamn day. All I can think about is having a nice hot shower, getting out of this hospital dress, and spending a night with my wife. Been healthy for over a week now. Sure, it's a goddamn miracle, but why are they needing me for further observation? Jesus Christ. I feel like a fucking lab rat in here. And God, am I hungry. I've been eating so much as of late. I guess after so many years of being sick, I'm not used to a healthy appetite, but where is that nurse with my meal? God, I'm fucking starving.
Playback over.
all right, great. That did nothing to help us.
Other than to make me hungry, yeah.
And I just kind of shake my head. There's still something behind that closet. That it might be another one of those rats. It might be. I'm just kind of. I have a brilliant idea. Let's just not do this. And and I just kind of throw my hands up and I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
You said there's something behind the closet moving around?
Yes, it's moving around. It's growling, crunching on something. I don't know.
It's probably one of the rats. So the last thing I think you want to do is investigate it and stir up a whole brew of those rats.
Precisely.
Well, what do we do now?
I would be safer if we barricade that door first.
I second that.
All these recordings, there has to be some kind of a laboratory or something. They kept records somewhere here. Maybe we find our way there.
And I look to Eric. Look, when you found the map, right? On that, you found a map.
Yeah.
On there, was there anything about research, development, anything about observations, anything?
Well, I pull up the map. I don't know, is it like on a pad or something, or like on my art? Like,
it would probably come up.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind. I'm not.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it would come up. I think that if you requested it, it would almost come up through like a hologram that you could see it, that the AI would provide you.
I would just tell the computer to, here, show us the map and show us where we are in relation to everything.
Yeah. And so you get this like hologram image, and it would kind of have like a little bleeping little red dot of in the foyer, which is where you are.
So lab's right here. It looks like there's an upstairs. I know we don't want to be here any longer, but I want some answers. And it looks like there's an office up there. And there might be some terminals with some information. Possibly the answers we need, and possibly a way out of here.
And possibly a doctor to choke.
If you want to do that, sure.
I had a very sketchy idea.
I'm open to it.
Computer, are you able to locate all forms of life in the facility?
Affirmative.
Besides us, what other life forms are present?
I detect 4 other life forms. Correction. 6 other life forms. 1. There are 5 Homo sapiens. One unknown.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means that we're not alone, and there's something else other than just those. Right, computer. Can you tell us anything? Can you tell us anything else about this this unaccounted for life form? Age, sex, height, weight, anything?
Sorry, just a correction. You want it to tell you about the other human or the unknown thing?
Oh wait, there was another human and an unknown thing?
Yes, there was 5 humans and 1 unknown.
Oh shit. I think my reaction would be very different then. I'm actually like, instead of asking, I'm gonna look around the room. I'm gonna look for that fire axe I keep looking for in every room I come to. Is there one in here, or?
Yeah, actually, you would see a fire extinguisher. That is kind of in one of those cases that you break, and then above it is like the pull down for the fire alarm.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to that, and computer, can you disable fire? Sorry, computer, can you disable the fire alarm activation area in the foyer specifically?
Processing. Complete.
You're muted.
So you wanted to bring down like fire?
I just wanted to bring down the one in the foyer.
Okay.
Processing. Complete.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to just break in and grab this fire extinguisher. Just actually, how does that feel in my hands?
I mean, there is a hammer that you can use to break it open if
I'm gonna use the hammer.
like the little, like one of those little things that's like attached with the cord and the
It would totally be
great.
funny for you to punch it anyway. So out of characters.
So I'm gonna, and I'm gonna pull out that fire extinguisher, and
yeah. So you essentially have a club now. That's the stats that I'm going to be using.
And I'm gonna say, well, don't everyone jump to arm yourselves.
At that, I think I am going to take a look around the room in the foyer and see if there's anything, not necessarily that like can arm myself, because I have my cane and I have my bone saws that we gathered from the laboratory earlier. But I also want to kind of gather a little more information. Maybe the front desk has some information, like who has come in and out of this facility. Is there paperwork? Like is done. Sounds like most of this stuff is done through like terminals, but if there's a desk like actual filed paperwork or something that like you had to like sign forms to get in. So I'm like looking around the desk for like of that nature, possibly.
Yeah. So you do find a guest sign-in list. You find some paperwork of some various maintenance work, carpet cleaning, various bills and stuff like that. You find a lot of brochures for PlasCorp. Searching through the drawers, you do happen upon 3 bullets left in their little box that will fit into the gun that you have, or that is there.
Yep. I would grab. Is the gun in the drawer, or is the gun on the floor? Like the gun that is it?
It's the gun that you would have. There's no.
Jason would have fired last. Okay.
Yeah.
So I take the box of bullets and I go over and I grab the gun off the floor. And I mean, I feel like I would fumble around with a gun. I'm not sure how well I would do with a gun, but
yeah, it feels very weird in your grasp.
I feel uncomfortable with it, but I go ahead and I load it and then I close it back up and I lay it on the counter. Yeah, I lay it on the desk. I don't touch it because I feel uncomfortable with it. Immediately, as soon as I've done that, I feel uncomfortable with it, and I leave it at that.
I walk over to it and see how I feel like when I hold the gun in my hand.
Yeah, you two just feel very not comfortable with it. Yeah, it just feels very, very foreign in your hand.
All right, well, I put it back on the desk and go, that's why I stick with computers.
I'm glad to know that we have some rational people in our group. And then completely hypocritically, I'm going to go over and before I touch it though, I look to Jason and I just kind of like, I raise my eyebrows, like, and kind of like do the, and I'm not gonna grab it. But I'm gonna have my hand up like this.
Seeing you looking at me, I'm just while I'm looking straight at you, I'm slowly gonna reach my hand out and grab the gun and pull it back towards myself.
And I just fire extinguisher in one hand and the other hand I just kind of
Very nice. Okay. Well, that I look at the ledger. Does anything in this room spark any memory for me before we move on?
Yes, you remember signing. You remember you're next to a woman, the same woman you saw in your previous vision, and she's signing the guest list. But it's just very fuzzy, very quick, just like an instant.
Right. So I look down at the paperwork. Do I see a name that might be associated with that?
You see lots of names that kind of trigger a lot of different feelings. One, however, catches your attention, and that is Dr. Phillips. And you have kind of conflicting emotions when you see that name. It just very confuses you. There's something there. There's something that is on the forefront of your brain with that name. And it's just very, very frustrating that it's almost there. It's almost, you can see it. Your brain is trying to tell you something, but you just can't reach it.
Before we go, or before we move on, I think he takes a moment and he looks into a reflective surface. I'm not sure if it would be the wood grain table or whether or not, like, if it's a really, really polished desk, you know, he might be able to see something. If it's the glass that he was looking at earlier, he kind of just wants to get a moment just to see himself, a small glimpse of himself, to kind of get some rationality going in his brain after seeing a girl basically disintegrate in front of his face. Like, he's got to get some rationality going before he can pull this all together.
And you look into the reflective surface and you see your visage. You're in your 40s, hair graying a bit at the temples. Again, scruff from about 2 weeks. But then all of a sudden, you hear the name Kinderman. 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 And it just keeps going over and over in your brain. And you see the woman signing away. You see her furtively looking around, and you feel, before the doctor or before the other man gives her a quick peck on the cheek, and you feel the anger. And meanwhile, all of this, you're just kind of reliving the same flashbacks that you had before with this name, Kinderman.
He takes a small moment, closes his eyes, pinches the bridge of his nose, and you hear this, like, just cacophonous rack as he takes that metal cane and cracks it against the side of the desk in anger. Don't know why I did that. Don't know why.
I have decrypted another recording.
Yeah.
Play it.
Okay. Yeah, play it. Paul Kinderman, October 14th, 2018. Rachel fucking Phillips blew the whistle this morning. We were so close. Only 75% of the mice were showing physical deformities. I mean, all the human test subjects have died so far, but if we made progress with the mice, we'll make progress with humans. Doesn't she know that these few lost won't even pale in comparison to how many we save if we perfect this? My 3 other colleagues are at least with me in this sentiment, and we will continue to work. Damn it, Rose. I'll get your cancer cured even if it kills hundreds.
Recording complete.
Kinderman, huh?
Do you know him?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But that name keeps popping up in my head. Like a damn drum. Look, before I break this table in half, let's move on, huh? Cause and he sees that open drawer and he sees that ledger one more time, and then he shuts it. Can't dwell too long on bad memories, huh?
I have an idea. And I kind of grab your shoulder for a second. And instead of focusing on that, I'd like to know. I'm preparing to die, personally. This is something that I have to accept. But I would like to know what I look like before I die. Could you describe me, please? And I just kind of smile, kind of like, but it's a little bit of a plastic smile. Like,
yeah, sure. Megan, what do I see when I look over at her?
I am pulling up what you see.
Darling, you're way out of my league. Let's put it that way. How about that? Hell, if I'm being honest, you're probably you're brunette. I can tell you that. Blue eyes. Yeah. Look, you don't deserve to be in this place. That's for damn sure. I don't know how you got here.
I kind of like lean in, sort of like half intimidatingly, half playfully, but like, what the hell is that supposed to mean exactly? I just kind of like,
it's a compliment. Just take the damn compliment and be happy with it. I'm saying, look, you're a whole lot better off.
He's saying you're hot.
Shut up, techie.
I just kind of like,
I didn't say that.
I look at,
yeah, okay, maybe I did, but shut up. God damn it.
And then I get down here. And I just kind of like, well, thank you, I suppose. And I look at the gun and that Jason's character's holding, and I look back to your character and I say, just to let you know, I feel quite comfortable when I look at that gun. And I just kind of nod. To the lab, shall we? And I just raise my fire extinguisher.
She knows about guns. That's great too. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, what are we doing next?
Actually, I'm really sorry. I'm such an ass. Megan, is there a way I could make that like an intimidate check just to see how my intimidation fares?
Are you trying to intimidate Chad?
Yeah.
Intimidate me.
Oh, or
To
Jason.
intimidate Jason to get the gun?
Intimidate Chad.
Oh,
You're sorry.
okay.
Intimidate me?
Okay.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. You
I'm sorry.
have a +1 to intimidation.
No, you're not.
So, alright, so I got a 15. So maybe you like laugh a little bit, but you're like, I don't think it's not supposed to be. It's more not supposed to be like I'm gonna kill you. It's more just kind of like a watch yourself sort of.
Yeah. Okay then. That's new. Let's move on. Okay. I'm getting a lot of pain in that leg. I'm not in that freezer anymore, and it's starting to really wear on me. Oh shit.
And as you guys are talking, from the utility closet, you hear the knob turn. And it slowly opens. And at first, all you see is blackness. But once your eyes kind of adjust, you see this hulking figure breathing. And you see a foot step out, then another, then the body, and you see his hands covered in blood. Same with his mouth. It's maybe used to be a man, but he has been horribly disfigured by all of these tumors that have just cropped up huge, just all over his body. And there's blood around his mouth as he kind of looks to each of you. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please. And then we're going to take a break.
Fucking hell.
You can't do that to us.
I hate you now, like forever. Just saying, like.
Holy shit.
You just scared the flu away from me. If I was sick, all of it is drained. I've probably pissed and it's all flushed out of my system now. Thanks, Megan.
Stars.
If you ever need an enema, just play like title unknown, and all of it'll go away. I promise. Instant flush.
Instant flush.
I
Yeah,
forgot about the fucking closet too. Oh my god.
And here I thought it was rats. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, just imagine a very when I played with Lloyd and Drake and Karen and Taylor, they got to the part with the girl where I did like the girl voice, and Drake left. He just like got up and just like he's like, nope. But so we're gonna take a break because I have to pee. So 10 minutes, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Rock on.
See you then. In honor of all the cats that have made surprise appearances, I dedicate this song to the intermission. I got this little kitty about 2 months back. He was the nicest little kitty, now a pain in my crack. This little kitty is a ninja, always stalking my feet. This little kitty is a warrior, you know what I mean? He's an evil little kitty. That's enough of that.
So, what do you think?
That's why we can't have nice things. I was gonna go to get some sleep tonight.
I was so fucked up. I'm sorry. I had to play that song to calm myself down. So I apologize if that ruined the mood for some of the viewers, but
Our one viewer.
one viewer, thank you. I hope you like cats. And if you don't, that's cool too. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
But yeah, you guys having a good time?
For sure. So,
Fantastic.
like, when I graduated nursing school, to become a registered nurse, you have to take a boards exam. And if you fail, you have to wait 3 months. And if you fail 3 times, you have to go to Indianapolis, because I live in Indiana. And you have to say, like, why you're failing, and you would have to wait a year to take it again. I'm more scared playing this than I was preparing for my boards exam.
Oh my god. Well, I that means I succeeded, I guess.
That was scary. That was very scary. That was scary. The last session I was already very scared, but this one was like, this is just the first half too. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I love this. This is great. I love horror games.
Yeah, me too. And I think they're very, very hard to do very well.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of very failed horror games, so I'm super happy that this one is working out.
Playing stupid music videos. But I made a get off that. I had to admit I wanted to write nope on a piece of paper, but I realized it's mirrored. It's a mirrored camera, so I had to write the nope mirrored. But it's a nope.
Oh.
Just for all the nope moments that we've had so far.
Hee. Yeah, it's funny how each group kind of deals with everything differently. Because this is like, like I've run this like 3 other times. This is the first group though that I'm doing the part 2 for. But it's funny, in the last group, they went like almost like right to PvP.
Really? Was it like,
yeah,
I don't trust you? It's the Spider-Man meme where everyone's like pointing at each other.
It was like, I want the gun. No, I want the gun. No, I want to punch him.
That's rough. That's scary all on its own too. But it's like that's scary for the DM.
I know. I was like, there's scary enough things. You don't.
And
need
then
to
everyone
find
died in the beginning room because they all killed each other. The
the end.
So Oh.
No, stop autocorrecting. Stop.
This has been really great. Kind of like just all around fun roleplay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fun. I'm having fun. Terrifying you guys.
Like the whole closet thing, I think Anna's character is the only one that really heard it. So I was trying to like feel like, hey, there's something in the closet, but it was be like metagame. So I'm like, all right, whatever happens, happens. We're gonna die. All right, let's do this.
Dude, I the player forgot about that closet, so that was like a perfect horror movie moment because it was like, oh shit, there's something in the closet. Oh wait, I'm gonna get distracted having a character moment with this character. Then suddenly just
Closet. He just says like, I will not be ignored.
All right, honey, stop. Mom and Dad are talking.
Yeah.
Right now.
Adults
in your room.
God, you never let me have nice things.
so yeah. I'm glad that we all know what we look like before we die. So
That's fun.
Yes. Very pertinent information.
Oops.
I remember I was curious about that before the game started, and I just completely forgot about it. First game going through.
We had pressing issues to attend to that first session.
Yeah, we did.
Vanity was
Just
not
a
among
little
those.
Although watching the first game, I realized they did take a lot of time, kind of like, what do I look like? And they're kind of looking at into the computer monitor light. So
Yeah, it was very surprising. Yeah, the first group, that was the first thing they went for was, okay, what do I look like?
yeah,
And then, yeah, you guys were different. And then, yeah, the third group was different too. So, yeah, it's really cool.
I can't wait to watch the third group. Honestly,
Oh,
so.
God.
She's an old kid.
That one was a mess. I got really nervous too, and I got like a bunch of the stats wrong. Because I was like thinking on the fly. Because like they wanted to do something like kind of complicated, and then I don't know. It was and then I got like a bunch of like the weapon stats wrong and stuff like that because I was just really nervous. So don't judge me.
Didn't that game have Lloyd in it?
Yeah.
Third game. Okay. I guess this game had Lloyd in it too, spiritually.
Yes. Yes. So
that was I do like these recordings. They are a very, very nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're awesome.
Watching that very first game, and it just stuck out so well. It like made the entire thing extremely memorable. So, good job on all that.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's way better because I am shit at voices, any kind of voice, except for my own. I can barely do my own. So, so yeah, having other people do that, I felt like that was really interesting and really like immersive.
Yeah. I wish I could do that within real life games. I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be a little... It's better online because it's just kind of like in the context of the computer already. So
yeah. I wish I had half of Mike the Piper's ability with voices and accents.
Oh, yeah. And Chad, too.
Oh, Chad, too.
Honestly. I think I apologize to any UK or Australian viewers because I'm like switching back and forth to like a version of UK to a version of Australian to nothing, and just to like the atrocious Keanu Reeves accent in Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it's I promise I'm really trying, and it's just not going. I don't think it's going over too well, but I'm trying, and I think that's what matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
When my 23andMe comes back, my like genetic testing thing, if I have 1% in anything, I'm like, oh, I could do an accent and it won't be offensive because I'm part 1% that.
Man, my like great grandfather is English.
I'm back.
That's the closest thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just
cough and fit and practically died.
Oh no.
No. You okay now?
No, we're good. We're good. I'm better now, but good lord, I'm sorry about that.
And you guys are heroes now.
I don't know if we were gonna start right now, but I want to grab a glass of water. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
Dice
yeah,
or
no,
die.
I'm on a lot of cold medication, so I'm doing great.
Trust me, the flu ain't a joke this year. It ain't a joke.
No.
Oh no.
Taking care of a lot of people that are in because of the flu. It's really bad.
It's been bad.
Mm.
Bad.
We've been fortunate here, knocking on my desk now.
Good, man. Keep it that way. Just keep them quarantined. Like, don't even send them to school. Like, you can do homeschooling, right? Like, just do that.
Well,
you know what you should do? Just do homeschool D&D. Like, teach through D&D. All of their courses, everything should be like tabletop sessions. Want to learn about how like the world was created? Start in Pangea and work your way out. The end.
That'd
be awesome for like history classes. You just get to act out.
like
that kind of
teach your kid archaeology. Start from like the Pangea era and like work your way out through all of the dynasties. Why not?
What would that be in Dale reckoning?
What?
I forgot.
No. No, I know what you're talking about now. It took me a minute, but I got it. That's perfect. Dude, I love old school Forgotten Realms stuff, dude. Don't even worry about that. Like that's where my bread and butter grew up, man. I remember my first experience with tabletop ever. My first experience with like role playing ever. Neverwinter Nights, man. Neverwinter Nights, junior high school. My life, man. First day.
Man, I was a late bloomer. I was raised on the Provokers.
Hey, man, it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how I got into D&D? Hold on, I'll show you something, a blast from the past. My brother, he's like 30 years older than me, so there's a big gap between us, so he gave me these. Hold on.
Oh, dude. We're about to see some ancient stuff come up. I'm excited.
OG.
Are we showing stuff off now?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's one of those ancient ones right there.
Yeah, and he painted them back in the day. I'm like, what the heck's Dungeons and Dragons? And I'm like, it ain't that for nerds, and now we're here.
Yes, it is. That's the answer. But it's also pretty awesome.
My lovely wife got me for Valentine's Day a wormwood dice vault with Elvish script on it.
Oh, that's great.
Big old sappy message on it.
This is going on YouTube. You can't have pornography on YouTube. You know.
Yeah, that's basically dice porn. You're showing off dice porn now. That's a thing.
If I was monetized.
Sorry.
Apologize for our elven audience here out there.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. Are you guys ready? Prepared?
I am not prepared.
No.
Change your pants?
Not at all. Like just hit the play button and let me die. Like it'll happen. 1 second.
That just looks painful.
Sorry. All right. So first up, we have Anna. This thing has just jumped out of the closet. You knew it was there. Yeah. And it is just staring at you with its bloody mouth. And what do you do?
I kind of like look back because I imagine, since I forgot it, I imagine also my character forgot it too, kind of just in the moment, and I just like stare back in the closet, at this thing coming out of the closet, and I just kind of like look at it and then double take over to Jason's character, and if I make eye contact, I'm just kind of like, well, go on, shoot it. And that would be a good bloody time to shoot. And I'm probably going to move far away from it. And just kind of like, if I can, I'll get behind a chair. Or like because there's some things around here.
Yeah, you were right near the desk. And so you could probably go on the other side of the desk to where this thing is.
Yeah, I'm going to just, kind of slide back over the desk and get behind it. And then that's all I'm doing.
All right. Chad, can you make me a D20 roll, please? Oh, was I muted? Oh, okay. Chad, D20? Roll?
Oh, okay. I couldn't. It literally froze for me for a second. That's why. When you weren't muted, I literally just could not hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, D20, please.
So, for what are we? What check is it for, or what are you doing?
Nope. Just give me the number.
Okay, just making sure. 12.
Okay. All right. So you feel this odd sensation in the back of your head. It almost feels like electricity. And you feel the urge, this kind of feeling starts in the base of your skull, travels down your neck and down your right arm into your hand where it just sits. And you feel like, for some reason, that there's just this power there that just needs to be released somehow. It feels, you can just feel it on your fingertips. Just this sensation.
So yeah, I start to feel that tingling vibration, that sensation in my hands. And I look up at this creature. And my first instinct is to not fire right away. But I think with that feeling, with that emotion that comes with this tingling feeling, I can't help it. I can't help but do that. And so in my left hand, holding my cane to stabilize myself with my left hand now tingling with this energy. When I do this, you'll move. Move to the other door on the other side. Into the laboratory and get the hell out. You understand? We move when I do. 1, 2, 3.
And this wall appears between yourself, your allies, and this beast. It's this, essentially, you've cast particle wall. And I will let you describe how that looks.
Yeah, so he remembers looking at the glass and seeing that force shield, that wall that is holding all of this in. And he holds on to this feeling, this energy. And does he see anything on him that might, like, in his hand, why it would be like vibrating, why it would be shaking? Is there anything like that's attached to him or that would be on him?
Not that you can see.
Do that? Okay.
No, but you can see the slightest color of green. Almost it looks like it's been imbued in your veins. You can see it just kind of like pulsing up and pulsing down.
Okay. Yeah, and this particle wall, I think, as he does it, it's almost like projecting from his hand, right? It's like a projection. The best way I can describe it is like how Iron Man would shoot his pulsators, right? He holds this hand out, and then all of a sudden, this wall, this shield now comes up in front and wraps around his allies, and it just I keep forgetting if it's stagnant and it stays there in that position where you place it, or if it's something that you can move. And I have to take a look at that, but I think it's a stagnant thing. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it just stays. It exists up to 1 minute if you maintain concentration.
Yeah, so I push, and then it basically builds up from the floor, right? It's almost like this thin veil gets projected up in front, and then it starts to harden into like this green wall structure after a minute. And I'm like, go, move right now. I'll hold it as long as I can. Move.
He doesn't have to tell me twice, as I move as quickly as I can towards away from this thing.
So where this thing is, so to go directly away from it would lead you back into cold storage. There's also the vent that you guys came through that leads you into the original room. And to just pass it would lead you into the laboratory.
Oh, so we got to get past this thing to go where we want to go. Okay.
Of course. So, Chad, that's your turn?
I think I'm gonna try. I wonder if I can. It stays stationary, right? So I think I'm gonna hunker down. I think I'm gonna get down and still hold it, but kneel and kind of think about what my next motion is going to be, because I know I can't do this for, like, I can't hold this forever. I'm going to have to start thinking about what potentially I could do next.
Yeah, so Eric.
I'm trying to think. I just have a scalpel on me. Does anything kick in into like my subconscious, like any combat prowess whatsoever? Probably not.
No, it just, you feel very much at a loss. Computers, tech, but yeah.
Okay. So, I try to get behind the wall, the particle wall. I get around it, or can I get around it so I'm behind or by Chad?
Yeah, so he put it like kind of in between you, all of you, because all of you were kind of around the same place at the reception desk, and then this thing.
All right. I think the best thing I could do is probably. I don't know. I try to find a makeshift weapon or something because all I got is a scalpel on me, or possibly, yeah, that's all I can really do at the moment. So that's what I do.
Okay. Jason, roll me a d20, please.
That would be a whole 5.
All right, it's your turn.
I put some distance between myself and this creature. Gun still in my hand. I would raise and try to fire to see if I can hurt this thing at all. That's not going to work. That's a 4.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. Nah, this particle wall is in the way.
I'm not that good, guys. Yes, I'm just kind of panic yelling as I pull the trigger. I'm still backing up. I don't even know what I'm really doing. Just in fear of this thing.
So this thing is going to try to climb over the wall, jump over the wall. Let's see if it does that. Yeah, so you see it kind of backing up a little bit, and then it runs and makes a leap up and clears the wall and lands on the other side of it, kind of staring at you guys, snarling, and under its breath it just, hungry, hungry. But that's its action. And we're back up to Anna.
So I had not taken my eyes off this. Old man, could I borrow that gun for a second?
That takes me completely off guard. Like, what the hell?
And I kind of have my hand out, like I'm not really looking at you, but I kind of have my hand out, kind of expectantly, like. So, but you don't have to give it to me.
I imagine that. I mean, you easily just take it from me.
Okay. Well, then I'll grab it and I'll just kind of like aim, and I imagine kind of as I kind of grab the gun, and I just kind of like instantly like my reflexes just kind of take over, and I just aim with both my hands and fire. What?
Yes.
My
You have a +5 to your attack.
Sick. 16.
Yeah, that's a hit, and it does 1d8 plus 5 damage.
It's awesome. That is 7 damage then.
Okay.
Does that, other than kind of like my general familiarity with firearms, does this bring back any other sorts of memories by chance?
Yes, it does. You are brought back to a meadow. You see a child, a boy, and you recognize him as your brother. And you guys have stolen your dad's gun and are shooting pop cans along a fence. You got everyone. You always did. You were always so much better than your brother, and your brother despised you for it. And then you're brought back. You're wearing some sort of security uniform. And there's an alarm ringing. And you're confused and dizzy, and that's what brings you back to this, holding the gun so comfortably.
It kind of, I imagine I'm shaking, but my hand is steady, and I just kind of, like under my breath, I just say, "That was weird." And I'm done with my turn.
Okay. Chad.
Okay. Shit. All right. Think. What else can you do? What else? And he's smacking his head a little bit. Come on. Think. What else is there? Okay. I can't keep this wall up forever, but I'm gonna let it down. I gotta let it down. I gotta do something else. Right? And he looks to the others for confirmation, like, I'm going to let it down, and I gotta try something, but I want to make sure that this is okay before I do this.
I have an idea.
All right, share with me now, kid.
Computer, can you identify this creature as an intruder? Does it identify as an intruder? Or?
Negative. This is patient number 14.
Do you
Would
have...
like me to override?
Yes.
What is the security code? for override.
All right, kid, think.
I yell out 85423.
Negative.
I yell, one. I don't want to overdo it. I yell, what was her name? Amelie. I believe that was her name. I yell Amelie.
And you can see that like there's like a pause and the computer kind of like glitches a little bit and the lights kind of flicker for an instant.
All right, override doors to lock and cold storage. This thing enters. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Lockdown initiated. Sentry bots deployed. Please find somewhere secure.
Well, I'll be hot damned.
Alert.
All right.
Laboratory, fast, now, run.
Yep, that would be a positive.
We gotta go.
Yep. I start booking it.
Yeah. As soon as I even see the sentry bots like make their way into the room, I'm like, okay, cool. Now drop shield, move, right?
Yeah, you can see that they kind of have come in, like the wall, like a door has kind of slid up, and like these bots, or not door, the wall, sorry, like a hidden door in the wall has kind of slid up, and these two sentry bots kind of come out, and they start going towards this thing, which is just like snarling at them. His attention obviously turned away from you guys. So you guys are going to run into the...
Absolutely. Am I able to run without, like, ripping open this stitch in my side, this wound in my side?
Yeah, you are. This wound is pretty much healed. It's just like a scar.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. So you guys run through the doors into the laboratory, and the doors close behind you, and all you hear is just gunshots ringing out in the previous room. And you guys find yourself in this odd rectangular box just full of windows. And it seems to be like an observation room where people could go in and look at what's happening in the laboratory without going into the laboratory. And what you see is the main laboratory of Plascorp. Just this huge room filled with benches and all these different tools and pictures and terminals and so many different things.
Just to be clear, is this the laboratory that we were in before we went into the cold storage that we're overlooking right now, or is it not?
No, that was more like warm storage.
Oh, okay.
This is much bigger. There's a lot more tools, a lot more things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for research.
Does it look like any kind of chaos is like ripped through this laboratory? Like what's going on outside, or what did go on outside? Is there any evidence of the same thing going on in here, like bloodstains, smashed equipment, or anything of the sort? Or would I need an investigation check?
Well, you can see that there's glass everywhere on the floor. There's bodies of these rats. You see bodies of rats, bodies of pigs. And in the corner, you see this odd glowing sack that's kind of attached to the corner, and it's glowing this green color with this like mucusy black stuff kind of adhering it to the corner.
I would just look at that going, what have they done?
Something man wasn't meant to mess with.
I would, I guess, get closer to it, trying to get a better look.
Intruder has been terminated. I have decrypted another recording.
Go ahead and play it back. Best thing we can do is to hear more stuff.
Craig Patterson, October the 13th, 2018. You guys just started to talk about it for management, getting us to move on to human trials. I didn't see the email in my inbox, but the other three did. I'll check my spam folder tonight. Things are always ending up in there. I'll go out and say it. This strain is a goddamn miracle. 100% cure rate so far in trials. Of course, with some undesirable side effects. But Cherval is working on that. Let's face it, I don't have much more time. I probably won't even see us make a clinical product in the end. We've got so many backup strains. Who's going to notice one missing?
Playback ended.
I would look to Eric, and I think we agree on this. It's just they're doing. Oh God. Oh God.
Maybe I did something in my past life before I forgot everything, before all this, and maybe we all did, and maybe this is punishment. I don't know. Or maybe this was caused by someone else and we're being punished for their sins, and that's something I can't live with. So I'm going to get out of here and find answers. We could feel sorry for ourselves once we get out.
Well, for your sake, I am. Listen, I'm glad to hear that the intruder is dead, but we don't know if it's dead for sure. So the sooner we get more answers, the better. And I think at this time, as he enters the room and he looks around, I think I'm going to try to bar the door behind us. Just like easily accessible for us if we pull like a pin or something, but so that if it does somehow manage to get up after being decimated by these sentry bots, we don't end up having a giant burst open door with us not having time to prepare. So just being cautious. I think I take, what do I see around me that might be used like as a pry bar other than my cane? Because I don't want to give that up.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff around that you could use. Various tools, saws, various stands. There's a lot of things that you could.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
I think I'll just grab the nearest. I kind of want to say that there's probably going to be, this is a laboratory, correct? So there's probably going to be some sort of like a broom from a broom, like a sweeping broom that they would use after cleaning up after messes. But I want one with like a metal handle, right? One with a metal handle. And I slide that through the bar and I leave that in there. The two double doors or whatever. Like, if I don't know if it's a double door or if it's a single door, but if it's a single door, I still just like slide it through the handle so that it won't pry open.
Yeah, it is a single door, but you easily do that.
All right. Well, what's next?
I'm still like looking at this sack thing that's on the wall. As I approach, is it like pulsating, or I mean?
Yeah, it's pulsating, and as you kind of take a closer look, you can see these two. They almost look like maggots are inside this sack, and they seem to be just like moving and twitching.
Oh, delicious. Is there anything nearby, like a broom handle or something that I could like pick up and maybe attack this thing with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just in horror and disgust, I'd like to do that. See if I can just puncture this thing and maybe kill whatever is inside of it, because it doesn't belong in this realm.
Can I just try to stop him? Just like just an arm on the shoulder, like that could either be something living, or it could be something. It could be something that's growing, or it could be something that has already grown and it would come out. Just think carefully about this. Yeah?
I would absolutely shake that hand off and go to town on this thing.
Okay.
So as you stab this thing, this glowing green, just like goo, just like flows out. And along with that, these two little maggot things are kind of like squirming around. And you see that one of them has already kind of started to form legs and wings, and you recognize this as some sort of larval state of maybe a beetle or something. But these things are huge. They're at least like a foot and a half. And they're kind of like writhing around in this green jelly.
Can I like stab at them?
Yeah, absolutely. They're they're still pretty young, so they're very, very susceptible to everything. And so I could imagine that if you just took the time, you could easily just stab them and they'd stop moving.
Oh yeah, that just until they stop moving, just keep going.
Yeah.
And when both of them are not moving anymore, kind of out of breath, I look and throw the broom handle down at Anna's feet.
And I look down at it and say, I think you should keep that, personally. And I try to, like, kick it up into my hand and hand it back to you.
Mind you, it's all covered in, like, maggot guts and goo.
Can I see how... Can I, like, contract to see how disgusting that is to me?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to gauge all my stats. So that's a 12 on just a con save.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you managed to keep your stomach.
So I kind of like, on second thought, and I just kind of throw it aside. Maybe we should find something else for you. Now, are we still on the observation deck?
No, you guys have gone into the actual laboratory.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Right? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I searched for a terminal in here just out of curiosity, but I kind of think like maybe we should go upstairs to the office because there's stairs in here, right?
Yep,
Like based on the
there's
map.
stairs at the. Yep. Yeah, you find a bunch of terminals, kind of all along the corner.
I'm just gonna see if there's any like information worth looking at, like a quick scan through.
Yeah. So upon looking, you find actually quite a bit more information than previous. You find 2 audio files on one computer, one named Philip's Resignation and another one that says Brick Wall. You find another file on another terminal that says funding has been cut. And you find another one that simply says she's dead. The last 2 are text. They're not voice.
I'll read she's dead first to myself.
So this one is by Dr. Sanchez.
Okay.
And he talks about his daughter, Amelia, who has been suffering from cancer for a very long time. And because the government has cut funding and has denied them any further access to human trials, she is the only one left. She was the only one left that they could test on. And he was so sure that this was the strain, that this was the type that would cure, that would be the one that had no side effects, but she died. The experiment was a failure, and that's kind of what it ends with. That line is, the experiment was a failure.
All right. I'll play the audio files out loud for everyone to hear.
Okay, which one would you like first? There's the Resignation and Brick Wall.
Resignation, then Brick Wall.
Okay.
Dr. Phillips, October 14th, 2018. This is madness. Pure madness. Those 4 have lost all sensibility and have crossed a line from which there is no returning. When I first came onto this project, I thought we were at the cutting edge of curing one of humanity's greatest ailments. But this has gone too far. There are rules and standards for a reason. I mean, we are scientists, damn it. We have a code of conduct. Things are meant to be done right. We were meant to discover and make progress, but at this cost? No. No, this is total and utter barbarism, and I won't stand for it. All those poor mice, convulsing in agony and pain while those 4 ignore their suffering. And don't get me started on human subjects. There's no way this has been approved so quickly for human trial. I don't know why upper management hasn't heard about this, but it's time this gets to an end. This tape also acts as my official resignation from PlasCorp. I'm washing my hands of all responsibility of what has happened under those monsters.
And then brick wall.
The first few trials have proven difficult in isolating the gene that's responsible for the anti-cancer cell property exhibited by the strain. All knockouts so far have remained to be wild type or resulting in a clearly lethal mutation. Are we missing something? Some epigenetic marker? We've run the controls, repeated the procedure a handful of times to eliminate any kind of procedural error. Sequencing in Kinderman's lab went smoothly. Why are we hitting a brick wall now? Upper management won't be happy.
Amazing. Fucking guinea pigs, man.
Didn't we know that from the start?
Well, hey, look. He chuckles a little bit, even though it's like a super morbid situation. We're still alive, so, I mean, it can't be that thick of a brick wall, can it?
Yeah, we're still alive. Alive in a fucked up Frankenstein lab with no way out.
All right, calm down. Look. Let's think this through.
Did you see that thing out there?
Yeah, I did. But it's not exactly gonna... Reliving the memory ain't exactly gonna help us right now, is it? So, let's look at what we got, our option. Let's look what we got. Let's reassess. Let's figure this out, okay? And he looks over to Eric. Hey, what can you figure? What do you think our next move should be? Because I don't know how long we got until... And he looks at, like, the pus gore that has basically just been laid out by this old man. I don't know how long or how much more of this is in here, but we can't sit here for very long. We need to make a decision and make it fast.
All right, let me think. Computer, how can we lift the lockdown on the main foyer doors to the outside?
I imagine while they're talking, I'm angrily stomping on the maggot.
To lift full lockdown, you must restore power to the facility. At the moment, we are running at backup power. You will also need verification from the coordinator, which can be provided by his personal card.
Oh, that's excellent. That's wonderful. Well,
One of us pick up an ID earlier.
Yeah, some intern. Oh, actually, I didn't pick it up, so I should say I didn't pick it up.
yeah, but I doubt it's going to be one of those highbrows that's going to have enough access to get into. All right. Well, I think
Oh, wait, go ahead.
Well, I think he's going to look around the room, and I think this is a moment where he would take a moment to persuade everybody to like calm down, stay focused, stay chill. We'll get through this. We just got to focus and think through the circle. And I would like to roll a persuasion check or something of that nature to allow me to kind of ease everybody's emotions right now because everybody's on edge.
Sure. Go for it. Yeah. So I'd say that would be a success. I mean, it is up to kind of the other players how they would react to what you say. So.
Okay. All right. Look, short-term goals. We got to think of those. We wanted to get somewhere, right? We wanted to get somewhere. You said you wanted to get to more answers. You wanted to find out who we were. I want to find out who we are. I don't want to just leave this place without finding out who we are. That is a first. I don't want to have amnesia and start over. I want to know who I am. So that's a goal. Where can we go to get that?
Well, looking at the map here, like I just had the computer pull up the map. There's maintenance, and usually in maintenance, there's like a generator or something. So we got that checked off. Upstairs, there's the offices, and maybe the big wigs were hanging out in the office. Maybe the card's there. Whatever access we need to get. Offices have terminals. Terminals have information, and information maybe about us. So I'm thinking maybe we go up to the offices, grab that card, get some answers, go to this maintenance, and I point to it's like next to it's like in the laboratory area, the door to it, I think. And then we could hit the power and get out of here.
All right. That sounds smart, kid. That sounds smart. That sounds really smart. Okay. Look, I'll tell you what. Let's Gramps, you and me are. I looked at Jason. You and me, we're gonna go around collecting. I understand. You go see what you can do with the maintenance door. Maybe there's a terminal there. Maybe there's something you can access it with. And I looked to Anna. I'm like, I need you to cover us. You seem the most proficient with weaponry here. If anything comes through those doors, I need to know that you're going to be behind me.
And she just kind of goes, "Sure, Magic Man," and just kind of like, "Sure," and she just kind of and she just kind of shrugs and smiles.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
And I'm going to proceed to kind of go back up to the observatory and just kind of like keep it on the door and just kind of keep looking around and just kind of just the dog sitting around all the flames. Just, this is fine. But just stay calm.
So I'm gonna take a moment to do another investigation check just to see what we can gather and get from this room in comparison to the rooms we were in before. Is there anything that would like stand out to me? I rolled a 14 plus 3, so 17.
Sorry, are you in the laboratory or?
Yeah, we're in the laboratory room.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, you would see a workstation that looks very familiar to you. And you know that you work here. That realization hits you. Or you worked here. That realization hits you like a truck.
oh yeah, and as soon as I see that, I think my hands run along the edge of this workstation. And what emotion is running through my veins right now? Is it like anger? Is it guilt? What am I feeling as I'm walking around this thing?
As weird as it is, you feel pride start to flow through you. Just a little bit. Just a hint. But it's quickly overcome by anger, frustration, and a bit of guilt.
There's a small smile for a moment, and that smile fades away really quickly. Huh. What's that? God, what's that Plascorp commercial bullshit that they always pump out? Make yourself feel better one day at a time or some shit. I don't know. I forget the fuck. Pumping white lies to people just to keep them pumping for one more day. That's a damn pipe dream anyway.
So, who's going? So, Eric, you were going to go into the maintenance room?
Yep.
Okay. So you go in, and you see generators, like these huge power cores, kind of on like a little, you walk in and you're on like a little platform, and the room kind of expands and dips down to kind of hold these 4 huge cores. And you see the terminal in front of you, and on it is flashing lockdown initiated, all power to backup generators.
I run over and do my thing.
Yeah, give me a tech roll, please.
Oh, baby Jesus.
I don't think he's here.
That was empty. 17 total.
So you get in really easily, really quickly, and you get everything set up. The power is ready to go, and then flash pops up. Keycard of an administrator required.
I quickly bolt down like, well, if I don't have hair. So I'm just scratching the back of my head. My part's done. It's up to you guys. You want me to come with, or you want me to sit here with him?
as you say that, like, what he asks, what do you need?
It's all set and ready. We just need that card of the big wig, and we can get this power back on, and we can get out of here.
I used to work here. I don't know why I know that. I know that. So I probably have a key card. I'm not gonna lie, I probably have a key card somewhere. And I know that I'm nothing but scrubs. But instinctively I start like searching either the workstation or my person for a key card.
You find nothing, but looking for it, a vision snaps into your mind of a small fire in a wastebasket. And you see your face smiling in a picture of a key card and is being slowly eaten up by flames.
Shit. Why the fuck? I couldn't have done that. And I start freaking out, and I think it's a moment where I flash and I start freaking out in front of everybody, and it doesn't make sense for a minute. I couldn't have. No. That's not possible. Somebody had to have taken that from me. I wouldn't have just burnt that thing. Or would I? I mean, considering all this shit that's going on.
You hear kind of a like half drowsy voice just from above in the observation desk. Why don't you just try to snap the machine into working with your fingers, like you did with that particle, with that wall, earlier? And it's like half serious and half joking.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's not a bad idea, actually. I guess it's worth a shot.
You were going to tell us about that, weren't you? Were you? I hope.
I didn't even know that I could, let alone. All right, fine. It's worth a shot, I guess. And I look at the machine, this workstation. Is it a machine? Is it something that like I would actually get into, or what does it look like?
Yeah, there's a terminal. There's also just like a bunch of beakers and notes, or like papers for notes and stuff like that.
All right. Hey, is Eric's character a little younger? Like, I'm picturing myself a little older, but is he a little younger than me in terms of hierarchy, or older, or?
Yeah, Eric's character is a bit younger than you.
Right.
It would go like Jason, you, Eric, and then Anna.
Okay, age-wise. Okay, cool. Perfect.
Age-wise.
Perfect. Okay. So I looked at Eric. I'm like, look, I'm gonna need you to help me with the terminal over here. It's a risk, but I'm willing to take it if it gets us some answers. But and then I think back to it for a minute. I'm like, man, shit. But it won't work until we get power on, will it? I mean, it won't work fully, and there's only backup power. I know it's worth a shot. And I think I'm gonna look at this workstation, and Does it look like a body could fit in there? Like you would have to, I would have to like lay myself down into this machine or something? Because like I'm trying to mentally picture it in my head in the room.
So there are stuff like that where you, like they do have places where you lay in and stuff like that, but yours is more like it's like a desk with like a computer and then like stuff to work on. If that makes sense.
Oh,
And
okay.
like a little mini
that,
lab, like beakers and stuff like that. That kind of workstation.
That makes way more sense. Okay, so now that I've got that in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk and see what I can see if I can conjure up anything further. See if that magic sort of, or that energy sort of comes back as I'm getting closer and touching these objects. So
yeah, roll me a d20.
So that was
you feel this little electrical bolt like you felt the last time. This one feels a bit different, though hotter. And it travels down your arm, and you can swear that you see red. And it forms in your hand like this searing. It almost burns your hand to hold this energy.
And yeah, as he's sliding his hand across this table, that energy forms. And I think he takes his other hand and clasps over it like he doesn't want to release it. He doesn't want to let it go, but he knows that it's there now. And it's all right. Shit. Why'd I do that? Why did you come back? Why'd you come back to the damn office? Okay. He blows a hole through the bottom of his desk chair.
Yeah, you essentially cast plasma beam.
What the fuck was that? Shit. Oh, God. I need to sit down. Not in that. I slide the chair over and like Riker another chair away from another desk and spin it around and sit down in it.
Everything all right down there?
Absolutely not.
Like a big explosion.
Just my temper, but other than that, I'm fine. No, I'm lying. It's a goddamn rocket shooting from my hand. Shit.
I don't know if you're joking or not, but that sounds pretty bad.
I mean, if you are more than welcome, sweetheart, to come take a look at the hole I just burnt in my chair, but I'll be honest, I'm starting to get scared now. This is not normal for me.
You kind of hear like some mumbling, but it's kind of incoherent. Like,
okay. And I look over to Eric, like, what do we do, man? What's the next step? We got to go find that key card. I agree, and I ain't finding it in here.
The offices are upstairs. But there's this area called living residence that is next to it.
Well, hopefully they said that there was five humans, right?
Yeah. I'm just hoping our little friend doesn't call that place home.
Oh. In the girl, yeah. Me neither. But look, let's gather what we can and let's get moving. And it's like he's got this demon or this vision in his head, and he can't unshake it now that he's in this room. Now that he's seen this stuff, he can't unshake it, and he's angry, he's guilty, he's everything all at once. But he gets silent, and he like packs up a bag. He finds like one of the like medical officer's bags, and like just starts piling things into it, and then zips up that duffel bag and like flings it over his shoulder. Let's get moving. I don't want to stay here any longer than I need to.
All right, I'll help guide you, but you, Spirit Fingers over here, and the guy with the gun, or whoever. Well, you don't have a gun. Anna has the gun. Never mind. But Spirit Fingers over here should lead the way. I'm just from my team.
And I look to Jason. Look, about earlier, I'm sorry for giving a shit. I need everybody to stay calm. You need to rationalize things. When you start being irrational, and I think at that point, I show him my chair. Shit like that happens.
I'm standing there ever since he blew the hole in the chair. I've been like staring at him slack jawed, and I just kind of.
All right. Glad we have an understanding.
So all of you are going up with the exception of Anna, who's keeping watch. Is that right?
Or am I going with you guys?
Are you?
Yeah.
What would Anna do? Yeah.
I would say the whole group would be moving. I don't think we'd move. I don't think we'd leave anybody behind. But we'd like clear, like it's like clear the room, move on. Clear the room, move on.
I feel, yes, I like that. I like that suggestion very much. And she just kind of strolls down and, well, we're not getting any younger. And she starts walking over to the staircase, up to the living quarters. And she's kind of like, you can tell there's like something. There's something sort of like something had clicked that, and she's kind of becoming more and more sarcastic, and it's you know, before she'd been trying to be calm, and now she's just kind of like, all right, let's go, whatever.
Well, so you guys. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
So she just kind of like looks back, invites people to follow.
So you guys go upstairs, and you're met with a kind of a sharp right as soon as you reach the stairs. There's a long hallway with two doors. One you know leads to the live-in residences, and the other one leads to the offices.
I stay far away from the living residences. I'm heading to the offices if I'm doing anything first.
I wholeheartedly concur.
Yeah. I just stand by the door to the live-in residence. I don't like go in, but I kind of look. If there's like a window, I kind of look in as they're going to the offices. Do I see anything?
Yeah, there is a window on the door, and you don't see anything yet.
Yet.
It just seems very, very quiet. All the doors are closed. It's just a long hallway with 4 doors on either side. And so the rest of you go into the offices, and you see there's about 4 of them, 4 desks that kind of are in this office. And you are instantly hit with the horrific smell of rot. And I need the 3 of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Who what now? I'm sorry. Like it froze for a second. What happened?
Everyone but Eric, make a Constitution saving throw. So, Chad and Anna, you managed to keep back any bile that was in your stomach. Jason, the smell just overwhelms you. And what you see in the corner is a corpse, half rotted. Your con mod, Chad, is +2. Jason, yours was +2 as well. And yeah. But yeah, you and yeah, you see this corpse. He's wearing a lab coat. He has gray hair. And on it, he has like this little tag name tag. It says, Dr. Albert, Chief Coordinator of PlasCorp.
I know I'm not in the room, but I didn't hear because you I cut out on my end. What was it again? The name on the tag?
Dr. Albert.
Okay.
Well, I'm probably holding my face over my nose as and I'm kind of looking down at the name tag. I'm a bit like it's another dead body, but I'm kind of, well, he looked rather important. I think we may have found our master card key. And I'm sorry, there was the name tag.
Yep.
There.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that I'm not covering my mouth. I'm not even. It's weird. I feel like I've got a sense of this character now. And I feel like he's so jaded that he's not even phased at this moment by the dead body, the dead corpse. He's seen a lot so far tonight. And at this level, it's like, okay, I half expected this to happen. I half expected this to be a thing. So
Chad, sorry.
Yep. Yeah. No, you're good.
The more you look at this man, he was the man who kissed the woman in your flashback that you saw, your wife. And anger begins to bubble up. Or you can describe to me what bubbles up, what emotions.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. So there's a moment where he sees the name on the name tag and he sees that perfect smuggish smile on that goddamn name tag. Albert. And he wants so badly to wish that he was alive so that he could put a fucking bolt through his face. And I think that's exactly what happens. He walks over to the body, very, very nondescript, almost trying to give off no sense of emotion, right? But Anna would probably see this as he stands over this corpse. He rips the name tag off. He filters through the pockets. Very cold and very calculated. He hands the name tag over because it might be useful later. After he filters and rifles through the pockets for anything else useful, he takes a step back. The body is basically sitting up against this wall, right? Okay. He takes a step back. He rubs his face. I've never in my life wanted to do this to another human being. And my God, I wish you were alive, you smug son of a bitch. You always said that if I was out of the way, you could have her. And it's like that memory pops in his head. And now I understand why I'm here. Fucking karma. And he's standing at a sideways profile and he puts his hand out. How's this for karma? Blows another plasma beam of red hot, angry energy straight through this corpse, like just emulating it into ashes.
I have decrypted the final remaining audio recording.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, play it. Play it.
This is Chief Coordinator of Care, Dr. Albert Miro Burke. August 3rd, 2018. Shipment from NASA came in last night. I never thought I'd live to see this day. Still feels like a dream, like something out of a science fiction novel. Asteroid 2017 YC40. Hubble's Christmas present. An asteroid discovered on December 23rd, drifting near the Earth. Radioscopic readings showed it to be high in amino acids, a pretty damn good sign of extraterrestrial life. Just think about it. We found it. We've solved the big question. There is life out there. And now we've got it in cryo storage. We'll begin observations on the strain once the rest of the team gets here. Ooh, I'm so excited.
Audio complete.
He made me a damn experiment. That selfish son of a bitch. I need to sit down. And I sit in Albert's chair. If it's his office, I sit in his office chair.
The entire exchange, I'm kind of pressed up against the wall. Like at first, when he started talking, and I was kind of cocking my head, like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And then suddenly this, And throughout kind of the whole thing, I'm just kind of like up against the wall, looking at you sideways, looking up, down, looking back at you, and hey, are we cool? Are we happy now?
Yeah, darling. I got no beef with you. You're fine. Don't worry. It's just a lot of emotions going through me right now, flowing through me. I just needed time to process that. So, thank you for letting me have that, not taking that away from me.
You know, I've been getting some memories. I feel like past me would not have let you had that moment for 1 second.
But I feel like past you probably wouldn't have either.
I don't think past me works in our situation now anyway. So we have the key. Why don't we just move on now and leave this behind us?
I don't know if I could hear them, but before they come out of the office, I would like to take a step into live-in residence. If I feel anything drawing me to inside it.
Sure, yeah. You would go in, and for some reason you'd feel drawn to this one particular room, like a force was pulling you. And on the door, it says Emilie on it. And if you were to open the door, would you open it?
I'd step in.
Would you open it? Okay. You would see what looks like a child who tried to decorate a hospital room. Teddy bears and dolls on the bed. A princess mattress, but there's still the coldness of it, the clinicalness. There's IV bags. There's a table with a voice recording machine on it.
I play it.
It plays back the one that you heard before, the decrypted one with the girl. And then it ends.
There's no pictures of anything or anyone in the room?
No. There's a vase of dead flowers.
I just kind of talk if someone was there. Emilie, I don't know what they did to you, and I have a feeling that maybe it was me. What I did was selfish. I realized it wasn't for you. Maybe it was for me. And I'm realizing that this is punishment. Now, sweetheart, if I have to be punished, punish me, not the other three. If you need peace, just do what you need to do. Please.
There's only silence. And your comrades, you hear them walking down the hall.
I quickly wipe my eyes and head back out towards it and meet them.
So you guys have Dr. Albert's key card. Do you go down into the maintenance room?
Yeah. Yeah. But they said there was a... I keep saying to myself, you said there was a fifth. There was a fifth. There had to be a fifth here. Where the hell is that fifth?
I'm weakly following behind.
I'm just following. I'm letting him lead the way.
So I assume you guys go into the maintenance room, go down, laboratory, to the maintenance. And Eric, I assume you have everything set up, everything ready. It just needs the key card.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Put it in, and immediately things in the laboratory come to life. When only a few computers were up and running, now everything is running. Machines start to whir and kind of begin to go through diagnostics. All the lights light up.
Full power has been restored. Automatic locks enabled. Facial recognition enabled. Greetings, Dr. Kinderman, Dr. Chabal, Dr. Sanchez, and Dr. Patterson.
I think when Sanchez is said, I just drop to my knees and I can't hold it anymore. And I just start crying.
The results have been completed. For your final test, we have checked your vitals. Dr. Chabal and Dr. Kinderman. Your tumor size was 8.0 centimeters. It is now 0.0. Congratulations. The test proved effective.
Damn right it did. But at what cost, right? And what fucking cost?
And as you guys, you hear a noise.
Daddy?
I bring up my eyes from my hand and go, yes, sweetheart?
Why?
Because I was doing good. And I realized, you have to realize your daddy is not the man he thought he was. He wanted to help people. He wanted to help you. And would do anything to do so. But he hurt more. Now I want you to do something for me. It's to go on now and be happy and be at peace. And if I have to go with you, I will.
And if you turn, you would see a little girl standing there. And it comes rushing back to you. What was once unrecognizable is now, you guys all know. This was Dr. Sanchez's daughter. Your second to last test subject. Because the funding ran out and there was no one else to test on. She passed away. Dr. Kinderman, Chad, as far as you know, your wife was transferred because she was not a viable candidate for human experiment. And so she, as far as you know, is in hospital. And Dr. Patterson, Anna, you know that you had cancer, but you didn't want to. You ended up being so afraid to go through the test that you let your other two associates infect themselves because you didn't want to be at risk for going through the same side effects that you saw so many others go through. And this girl, she looks at you, Dr. Sanchez, and she just nods and walks up to you and holds out her hand.
I slowly scoot towards her, push her hand away, and hug her.
And as you do so, she slowly disappears into just a mist of green and blue and red and yellow.
And as the mist like flows away from him, he kind of like feels the give, kind of like fleetingly tries to grab at what was left of her and falls on all fours and has to accept that this is his punishment and he has to live with this for the rest of his life.
And unless you guys want to say anything, I think that's where we'll end.
I think the only thing that I won't say, I don't think his character says anything, but I think that seeing that final moment, he looks to his own hands and is reminded of all the destruction he just did with this. And he places a gentle hand onto Dr. Sanchez's shoulder. Doesn't say a word, but just like, as someone who knows what that power feels like, what that energy that his daughter was going through feels like, he just puts a hand on his shoulder in sympathy and respect and understanding.
I went upstairs.
I imagine the as the camera is panning out and starting to fade to black, I would just say, God damn us all.
Dr. Patterson, kind of, this all rushes back to her, and she was just kind of afraid of her own self-survival. And it all just kind of comes back to her, and she kind of like looks back, and she used to have kind of and she kind of looks down at the gun in her hand, and she looks up, she just looks up darkly at the other three, and that's all.
And that was Title Unknown.
That was spooky as shit. Well done, Megan.
I've never been in a game where I've been that scared and that emotionally compromised in, like, especially in what I feel like is a one shot. Like, I feel like you can get that way in a campaign, but like this was 2 sessions, and I got emotionally attached and scared shitless all in the same time, and it was beautiful. Thank you.
No, this was really great. My only regret is like, as this whole scene was panning out, suddenly my cat just started attacking my feet. So this whole like dramatic scene of narration was going into me, and my cat just biting at me, and I was trying to kick her away. So I don't know. I don't know if that showed up or not, but yeah, that's all.
Yeah, when you guys were like, we're going to leave the office now, I'm like, no, you are not taking this moment from me. I'm gonna go in that room. I don't care. I'm gonna die here. I don't care.
Dude, that was awesome though, man. Like, I feel like it was meant to be you though that walks in that room. Like,
yeah,
see, it was meant to be me that walked into the office. It was meant to be you that walks into that room. Vice versa, those scenes would not have been as good if I had gone in one room and you'd gone in another. Would never have made that kind of an impact.
Dude, the heart of the dice, man, it was just there for some reason. I'm like, I feel like I gotta go in this room. I just gotta go. Like,
gotta do it. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I love this like 2-shot. Like, this is beautiful, Megan. Like, and please continue to do more of these in other settings. I would love to play more Title Unknown stuff. In, like, you could put me in other set. I know this is using like it's mostly using Harbinger mechanics to play this, but like you could play this in other settings, and I would still 100% play Title Unknown this way because this is the coolest thing.
Honestly, it's a super. Yeah, I don't know. I'll step back, let you talk.
Yeah. I hope you guys like the ending. It wasn't too like predictable. I don't know.
No.
Honest to God, I thought it was a police officer. I didn't know I was a doctor.
Yeah, like I tried to give as little as possible, but like little bits. I don't know. Yeah, I think it would all like it'd be interesting to like watch it again and then be like, oh, wait.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's so funny to hear you guys say like, oh man, those monsters, they're so horrible.
No, I'm gonna rewatch this, and I'm gonna have a damn good time rewatching it, seeing all this. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for the 2 to 3 viewers.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good night. And to all our future viewers, have a good night.